Okay, she be going every single night. Day and night on my mind, pushing you to vibe.
How's it going, everybody? This is Untitled Chapter. Hope you're having another great day. And this time, this video is going to be in the form of a PSA. And I do mean it this time. This is a warning. I'm being serious right now. This is a warning. I really wish somebody had told me this a couple years ago when I was getting in this situation. Well, maybe my dad actually told me about this, but I really wish somebody else had also given me a reminder of this as well. Today we're going to be talking about life after college. This is going to be about, what life is like for those that are going out of college, at least at the start of it. Because trust me, those are some very rough times that college students go through after graduation. And trust me, take it from me, it is a lot rougher than you think. And I'm going to explain to you some of the things that I went through that I can tell you for those that are planning to graduate from college next month about what you're going to be going through for at least the first few months. As we all know, college tends to be some of the best times of any person's life. The 4 years that you attend in college, whether you start at a community college and go to a four-year college, or just go straight to a four-year college and all of that, really those are some of the best times in your life. You get to spend a lot more time with friends, you get to take part in a lot of activities, and also you get to learn a little bit more about your major. But mostly, it's about being with friends. But when the time comes to graduate from college, there are a lot of things that are going to change in your life, and a lot of it is going to start out very harshly. First off, there are a lot of people that are in college that might have a job during that time, whether or not it's as a tutor or maybe working as a development volunteer or something like that. A lot of people will work right away during their college years at the actual college, or maybe at a part-time job outside of that and stuff. But once college is over for you, you're going to realize right away, I really need to start looking for a job in my major. And it's going to be a lot more difficult than you think. Take it from me. I went literally 7 to 8 months before I was finally able to get my job in my major field. And it is a lot harder than you think, alright? Think about what you're going to be put through once you graduate from college. Think of what is like your favorite fast food restaurant or a retail place that you usually go to quite a bit, alright? Think about that for a moment. Now, imagine the possibility about getting a job there instead of going into a job in your major field right away. Unless you did multiple internships and you got an offer from one of the places that you did an internship with to get started right away at that company, you are more likely to get a job at that restaurant or retail place than you are at a place of your major field right away after college. And trust me, it is brutal. I mean, take it from me. I worked at CVS, I worked at Lowe's, I worked at ShopRite, and I worked at Walmart, all in a span of 7 months before I was finally able to land a job in New Jersey Symphony. Trust me, it is very, very harsh world. And it's hard because usually the average to try to find a job in your major field out of college is around 4 to 8 months, somewhere around that. So if you're taking that long, if it's anywhere between 4 and 8 months, hey, that's perfectly normal. I know that because that's exactly how long it took for me to get a job. But anywhere past that, then you're really just screwing yourself over, and you might have to start considering changing careers at that point. The next thing you gotta think about when you get out of college is whether you want to live at your own home yet or not. Because trust me, this really depends on your financial situation. If you've worked up a whole lot of money during that time, whether through internships or at a job that you were working at during the time you were in college, then hey, maybe that's good enough for you to at least rent an apartment and maybe just, get the works of learning how to become your own homeowner, something like that. But the problem is, you're not going to be able to spend a whole lot of time outside of your apartment because you got to worry about paying for all the bills, you got to worry about all the electrical bills, you got to worry about your home insurance, you got to worry about auto insurance, you got to worry about paying for all the laundry and all of that stuff, your phone bill, your credit card bill, your taxes, all of that stuff. The only thing you're really going to be spending on every single week whenever you get home is maybe just a cup of coffee or something like that, or maybe something less than that. It is not going to be fun because you have to worry about all of that stuff. I mean, the good part about having your own home is that you get to have your own rules. You really just got to do whatever you want, and really it's just your own place to be you. But really, it all depends on your financial situation. If that's not the situation you're in, and unfortunately you don't have enough money, or if you just don't feel like you're ready yet, then if you're in my situation like me, you would end up being, well, right here, living in your parents' house, where you have to give up a good portion of your freedom and really just gotta have to listen to the rules that were set by your parents. And trust me, it isn't fun, but if you're living here, you gotta do it. It's really no other option. And to be honest with you, I really felt like that I was gonna have an opportunity to have my own home once I got out of college personally, but unfortunately that was not the case. And here I am, of course, a year and a half later, still trying to find my own apartment, but I'm still confident that this year, once everything settles through, I will finally have my own apartment for rent that I can live in, and finally learn the ropes of being my own homeowner. But at some point, it is going to happen. So yeah, it really depends on the financial situation that you're in, but also if you feel confident enough to really be your own homeowner. I can personally tell you that there are some people that had enough money, but still don't feel like that they are confident enough to be a homeowner, and that's all right. But hey, at some point, if you really want to get your own home and not have to deal with your parents anymore, you're going to have to find a way to make a whole lot of money and learn the ropes of having to be a homeowner. And finally, friends. And this is something that I have personally been with quite a number of times, and it's really something that you're just going to have to learn to deal with once you get out of college. All of those friends that you made during your time in college, chances are they're all going to go off to their other careers. They might go stateside, or maybe go across the coast, or even international as well. There's a good possibility that unless you have like your contact with them, or maybe if you try to do like one-on-one meetings with them, or maybe even group friend chats with them, you are likely never going to see those friends that you made in college again. It's hard, and I know it's something that you don't want to hear, but that's something that you're going to have to deal with. The only way you're going to be able to manage that and see all of your friends again after college is if you're continuing to see them yourself. You're going to events with them. You're texting them every so often. You're even on social media with them. It's really all about if you're going to make the commitment to be able to continue those relationships outside of college. Otherwise, you're going to be right back to square one. Wherever you're at, whether it's at a new job or at a new home or anything like that, you're going to have to learn once again how to make friends, how to make brand new friends. And trust me, I've been through that way too many times. I moved to literally 4 different towns in a span of like 6 to 7 years when I was living with my mom. It is not fun because I had to deal with this over and over and over again. And really, those are just some of the warnings that you have to take into consideration once you leave college, because it is a completely different world once you leave university, and it will be a very harsh world right from the very get-go, but it can be managed. How can it be that way? Well, as I mentioned before, the first thing, continue to make contact with your friends. Be with those friends that you were with in college. Go to events with them. Talk to them about going somewhere with them. Absolutely find a way to continue to make one-on-one contact with your friends, so that way you can continue to build on those relationships outside of college. And even at work as well, find a way to use your time to make friends at work, because like I said before in one of my past videos, your colleagues at work, they can also be your best friends as well. So really, your college friends and your work buddies, they can come together to become one very happy family. And so really, that's just one thing that you gotta work into. The next thing you gotta do is turn your passion into your career. Like, for example, mine was in media and marketing. So obviously, I used all that time when I was in college to be able to learn the ropes of that and find a way to using all that time while I was finding a job to utilize all of that, so that way when I found my job, I can turn all of that into a career. Just like I've done with YouTube, although like I said before, I still consider this as just a hobby, not like an actual profession. Utilize the ropes for that, maybe even do some film projects with your friends, or maybe something like that, maybe some projects like that, Find a way to use what you learned in college to turn your passion into a career, and then utilize that to try within that 4 to 8 month span to find a way to get that job in the field that you want, so that way you can make a whole lot of money and be a whole lot better financially. But just remember, you still gotta pay off your student debt, so you're gonna have to use some of that for all of that. And finally, I think the most important thing that you can do, explore new things in life. Yes, college days might unfortunately end up being in the past, so unfortunately that's one chapter in your life that has ended, but it doesn't mean it's the end of the overall story. There's always a brand new chapter out there that you can begin, and that's where you can explore new things. Go out in the world and try to find something special that you can do. Go to different places like across the country or in the world, or maybe go to a new restaurant that you've never been to before. Try some new food or stuff like that, or maybe just explore the great outdoors as well. There are a whole lot of things that you can do, so that way you can be able to continue to build off your success in college and find a way to explore the new things that can give you a lot more meaning in life. Take it from me, it was a very hard world. I spent literally 7 to 8 months with a whole bunch of retail jobs with very little sleep, trying to find a way to get that job in my field while trying to find a way to continue to make contact with all my friends and all that stuff. It's a very hard work, but trust me, it can still be managed, especially during the global times that we are living in right now. It's just a matter of if you are willing to be able to put in that effort and make every single effort to enjoy whatever moment there is in life, because as we all know, you only live once, and at some point you're gonna have to learn the fact that you gotta learn to be an adult. And so make every opportunity available to be able to find a way to succeed in life and just enjoy all the memories, because once you end up finding that job, you're actually going to be stuck in there for maybe at least 10 or 15 years, or if you're job hopping, maybe go around a whole bunch of jobs at the same time, and really it's just not going to be fun anymore. You're going to learn right away that being in this world is probably going to be a lot harsher than you think. So yeah, that's my warning to all of you. Alright, negativity is over. That's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. As always, if you'd like to see more of my content, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when my latest video is released. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so every new subscriber helps. As always, be sure to comment below for future suggestions for my videos, whether it's vlogs, projects, or challenges, you name it. Leave it in the comments so I'll do my best to make them. As always, follow me on my social media. All the links are in the description below. That's going to do it for another midweek upload. Hope you're having another great day. And as always, I hope to see all of you again in another video very soon. So long, everybody.